Welcome to Toronto, Ontario, Canada for SmackDown New Year's resolution, and we're kicking
Wrong
off
part of Canada.
with John. What?
Wrong part of Canada. I did it again. Damn it! This guy's getting fired.
Yeah. Anyways, here comes John Cena, and he's coming off of a loss versus Randy Orton. But the good news for him is he's still the #1 contender for the world title, and he's moving on to Gunther and will challenge him for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble a couple weeks from tomorrow night. Day one, of course, last night here in this very arena was electric, but now we move on to one of the biggest events of the year, the Royal Rumble, a pay-per-view loved by so many. And only one man and one woman can punch their tickets to a world championship opportunity at WrestleMania.
And we're no longer saying main event of WrestleMania because even the WWE stuff there, because honestly was really not guaranteed.
Welcome to the first SmackDown of 2025, or 2026. Anyways, of course, I did not get business done last night versus Randy Orton. Now, I'm not going to make excuses, but there's a lot of people in that match that me or Randy did not expect to show up. Now, I'm not going to be a baby about it. Randy Orton won and I didn't, and that is the last time we will ever face off. But the good news is I'm not done. I still plan on going to WrestleMania as a world champion, and last night there was no world title on the line anyways. But to do what I want to do, there is a very important match I need to win in a couple weeks. And that match comes against Gunther. And he's not a very easy challenger, and I know that. Now it's going to be at a big event too, the Royal Rumble. And whoever wins that match between me and Gunther could very well be the same, competitor who goes into WrestleMania defending that title against whoever wins the Royal Rumble later that night. But here's the thing. If that Randy Orton loss did anything to me last night, it's motivated me for this match versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble even more. I realize what's on the line on January 17th, and that's why I have to bring the best version of John Cena that's ever existed, because Gunther is a very difficult competitor. Now, with that being said, I actually want to call out Gunther. I want to go face-to-face with the man that I face in a couple weeks for the PWG Championship and speak with him. Because much like Randy Orton, I need to talk to my competitors. I need to talk to my challengers, and I need to talk to my competition. And here comes John Cena's opponent in a couple weeks from tomorrow, the undisputed PWG champion, Gunther. And like Cena just said, there is a very good chance of whoever wins this match at the Royal Rumble will go on to defend that title in March against whoever wins the Men's Royal Rumble. Now, of course, there is still Randy Orton over on SmackDown, but he's been a wild card, and you don't know what he'll do to his opponents.
Gunther's problem is probably harder. It might be harder to beat, but
you can trust him leading up to the match that he won't try to kill you.
And you can trust him in the match that he won't try to kill you. He'll beat you, he'll try to beat you, but he won't try to kill you. So, I think anybody that wins the Rumble is honestly going to end up facing Gunther, because I don't think anybody wants to face Randy Orton right now.
But what if it's not even Gunther going into WrestleMania? It could be John Cena.
True.
Been a little while since we've spoken, Gunther, but now it all comes down to this. I am your next challenger, and you are my next challenger. And it's happening at potentially one of the biggest pay-per-views of all time, the Royal Rumble. And the whoever wins the match between us could be walking in to WrestleMania as champion. So I need you to know how important this is to me, because not only is this another championship in my resume, it's an opportunity to potentially main event WrestleMania one last time against whoever wins the Royal Rumble. And I know you're talented, but I'm the greatest of all time.
Cena, I have respect for you, but now it's game time. No, I will respect you till the end, but now I can't. I'm not your friend. I'm not your enemy. You're just a project. You're just a project. Triple H, sorry, Stephanie is the only reason why you're in this company. You're even at where you are right now.
Well, let's back up here a second. I mean, Stephanie McMahon has a lot to do with my success, but by that own logic, would you even be here without Triple H? I mean...
Brock leaving is the only reason why you're in the company. Let me rephrase that, sorry.
I mean, if you're going to throw all these hypotheticals at me, man, I don't really understand. What I do understand is that it doesn't matter why I'm here, and it doesn't even matter why you're here. What matters is that the fate of this year's WrestleMania main event is at stake in our match at the Royal Rumble. There's going to be a lot of wild cards in that Royal Rumble. There's going to be returns. There's going to be people we don't expect to show up. And one of us has to be ready to defend the most prestigious prize there is in sports entertainment at WrestleMania against whoever wins the Rumble. And I'm telling you, I've done this thing a whole lot more than you, pal.
Alright, Cena. Good luck. That's all I have to say.
And Gunther are keeping it short for Cena. And you have to wonder how John Cena handles this. If there's anything John Cena loves to do before big matches, it's talk. But Gunther may be a little bit of the opposite. And we're going to see how these two show down at the Royal Rumble in a couple weeks from tomorrow night. Kyrie, I don't know why you did what you did last week, but I felt like after all we've done for each other in this past year, you would at least have the dignity to tell me why you did what you did and stop hiding from me like a coward. So Kyrie, please come out here right now. Oh, this is how we're going to do it, huh? How about Rhea? Rhea, you come out to this ring right now. Okay, fine. It seems like Io is going backstage. She's going to confront somebody herself. I mean, you can't blame her. She was absolutely screwed out of the Women's Championship last Friday on SmackDown. And now she's going to go confront either Rhea or Kyrie or Adam Pearce, whoever she can find back there. Here in Toronto, coming up next is a Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament match between Sonya Deville and Asuka. So the winner of this matchup will actually go on to face Trish Stratus. And we saw Charlotte Flair advance to the second round last night at Day 1 when she defeated Lita. So whoever wins this again will go on to face Trish in the second round. Trish earned her opportunity last Friday on SmackDown. And we have another women's IC Championship match, or IC Tournament Championship match, coming up later tonight. And the winner of that will face Charlotte Flair. So Sonya Deville, of course, is the protege of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte kind of took her under her wing. And she says, Sonya will be a star in this company under me. And she has been kind of at her career peak since teaming with Charlotte. So beating Asuka would be huge for her here. So here we go. Sonya versus Asuka. The winner will advance to face Trish Stratus probably around next week on SmackDown. Of course, like Adam Pearce said, this tournament will conclude at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So that's when we'll be finding out who wins and becomes the inaugural SmackDown Intercontinental Women's Champion. And Sonya wrestling down Asuka. Earned a lot of skills from Charlotte Flair, and of course Charlotte Flair, ironically enough, the first woman to ever pin Asuka. That was back in 2018 at WrestleMania 34. And I would have no doubt in my mind that Sonya has been trained by Charlotte going into this match.
Yeah, of course, she was a big rival for Asuka still.
Yep, especially in the late 2010s there from 2018, 2019.
One of the best rivalries at that time. To be fair, that was not hard, but...
The cover on Asuka. A kick out. So, I don't know if Sonya's going to have to pull out the dirty tactics here, but a win against Asuka would be huge nonetheless. As Asuka is one of the most skilled veterans in the women's locker room. The reason she won around 500 straight matches, and it's just because of how dominant her in-ring style was at the time. Of course, people figured her out a lot more since then. But nonetheless, it's still competitive when you get into the ring with Asuka. Sonya wrestles Asuka down and a kick to the chest. Sonya Deville punching away. Now Sonya slamming Asuka into the announce table, and Asuka with an elbow. And so far, this has been a dominant performance from Sonya Deville. Of course, she knows her own share of MMA and whatnot, but I mean, still, having this kind of dominance against Asuka this early is impressive.
Asuka's a legend.
Yeah, there's a kick to the back. Like I said, one more Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament match to come later tonight to find out who will face Charlotte, probably on SmackDown next week. And then the Dudleys will also be taking on the Motor City Machine Guns in a TLC match tonight. And we get to hear from the newly crowned Intercontinental Champion, MJF. Of course, he defeated the already short-reigned LA Knight last night here in Toronto. Of course, with the help of some cheating from paying off officials and a lot more. And now puts Asuka in a triangle. And Asuka trying to fight out of this thing. Sonya has a triangle locked in here.
Asuka fights out of it.
Punching her way out of this one. And Asuka's starting to muster up a comeback. But she's going to need it because this has been all Sonya for the most part. And Asuka trying to cheat here. Taking out the official. And spraying the mist in Sonya's face. But the ref is still knocked down because of Asuka. Asuka getting up the official. Sonya can't see. Still got that mist in her eyes. And now Asuka. Big move here, will I do it? And a lot slower by count, and Sonya's able to kick out. First, the referee injured. So the counts are going to be slower, and Sonya counters. Sonya was trying to go for something big there. Asuka thinking Asuka lock. Maybe Sonya scrapes the eyes. And Sonya Deville covering Asuka on the roll-up. And Deville, she's holding the ropes too, and she wins.
I mean, I want to feel bad for Asuka, but she literally tried to cheat, so...
And Sonya Deville will advance to the second round next Friday on SmackDown to take on Trish Stratus after a win versus Asuka here.
I mean, technically Asuka had the rope, so she technically never got pinned, but she also took out the ref to poison He'll use a poison mist on Sonya Deville.
So Deville gets the win and potentially what could end up being the biggest win of her career, because if she makes it deep into this tournament,
she's the IC champion. She couldn't maybe be the IC champion.
Yeah.
But I feel like this, does this mean that she has to face, this doesn't mean she has to face Charlotte, but if she does end up making the finals, there's a high chance she's gonna have to face Charlotte.
And that one will be interesting, but nonetheless, Sonya Deville making it to the second round. What a surprise. Nobody would have expected her to beat somebody like Asuka. And it's Sonya versus Trish next week on SmackDown. Adam,
Shit, what?
listen, I have rematch clause, so I'm going to ask you to book a match between me and that bitch Rhea Ripley at the Royal Rumble for the Women's Championship. Can you do that?
You have a rematch clause, so you know what? It's official. Rhea Ripley is taking on Io Sky at the Royal Rumble.
Thank you.
I have to do the paperwork. Thanks a lot.
Back here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and here comes Maurice. She wanted to enter this Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament, considering she does see herself as one of the pioneers of the women's division. Of course, she did come up in the Divas division, along with stars like AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Michelle McCool, and being accompanied to the ring by her husband, The Miz.
Who's gonna face Randy Orton out of the lead the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but of course he was already here because he was there for day one last night. So he said he would accompany his wife in this matchup. And still to come tonight, the new Intercontinental Champion MJF will be here. And of course, the main event, the Dudley Boys will take on the Motor City Machine Guns for the Tag Team Championships in a TLC match. And it's really cowardly of Kairi Sane to even be here, quite frankly, because we knew Io called her out earlier because she cost Io the championship last week versus Rhea Ripley. And now she has the audacity to come out here and compete in one of the most important tournaments in women's division history and potentially go all the way.
I mean, yeah, she's a former world champion, but she is competing with somebody who, one of the greatest of all time in Charlotte Flair. Maurice is, of course, rusty, so this shouldn't be too hard for her. And Sonya Deville, Asuka was eliminated earlier, but if she was made it, yeah, there's a lot of good women in this tournament.
So here we go, Maurice versus Kairi Sane here. Winner will advance to take on Charlotte Flair next week on SmackDown. Kairi right out of the gates with control. And Maurice, let's start a little back and forth. And back and forth they go here, and Maurice looks to pull off the biggest upset of her career potentially, and Want to face Charlotte Flair next week.
I mean, it's kind of hard to call her a complete upset because Maurice is one of the greatest wrestlers.
She is, but I mean, at this point, you know, you don't wrestle on a consistent basis. You're taking on somebody who was the world champion last year, and I know it didn't last too long, but nonetheless, she beat Charlotte Flair for that title, and she lost it without even being pinned. So, and oh, hit to the side of the head, and Kairi Sane taking command of this match and takes out Maurice. Now the Miz. Oh, Kairi Sane just kicked the Miz. What the hell? Kairi Sane is beating up on the Miz.
Kairi Sane just spit on him.
And Maurice wants her hands on Kairi Sane here, and Kairi is just taking full control of this match. There's almost nothing Maurice can do. She's just outpowered here. And takes out the Miz again. Maurice holding her knee. Maurice has had like no offense in this match.
Maurice just said, "Go back to Raw."
Oh, what a shot! Cover on Kairi. 1, 2. She lets go. Notice the ref is not counting. Oh my god. Kairi might make quick work of Maurice tonight. Oh, cruise that match against Charlotte. But Maurice wants to make her work for it, or she's not going to win. And again counters. Maurice is not going out without a fight. Super kick. Cover on Kairi.
1.
And a kick out. Oh my god. She thought she had her.
Kairi.
Slapping Kairi Sane there. Counters. And now Kairi Sane looking for a sailing ship here. There it is.
Now Kairi.
Wait, what?
Got it.
I know the Miz is distracting too, and we just heard Io's music. What's going on? She's blaming it on the Miz. Wait a second! She didn't get it. She didn't get her there, and now Kairi's just confused that she heard Io's music there.
I mean, Kairi was dominating this entire match.
And Maurice rolls her up again. She's completely thrown off here, and Maurice is going on to face Charlotte Flair. Are you kidding me? So the matchups are set. It's Sonya Deville versus Trish Stratus, and then Maurice versus Charlotte Flair.
That is a very 2014 match.
Maurice upsetting Kairi Sane here on SmackDown. Absolutely insane, pitting someone who was just world champion a couple months ago.
I mean, we could have a power couple. I mean, we could have the IC champion and potentially the world champion after the Rumble.
So it was right here. She did connect with the elbow, but it was while Maurice was standing, so she didn't get too much of it. And then Io's music started playing, The Miz was distracting, and Maurice would roll up Kyrie and punch her ticket to the second round of this tournament. And Kyrie getting karma for what she did to Io Sky last week. Back here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and here comes the new Intercontinental Champion, MJF. Now, his tactics to winning the title were questionable, but nonetheless, he has the championship and LA Knight doesn't.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 228 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, MJF.
MJF, just speak when we return. So you stinky, irrelevant losers here in Canada, which, by the way, is a diet version of the U.S. I mean, do you guys, like, really live here? Where do you actually live here, or are those rumors of you guys living in igloos true? Because, I mean, what do you even do here? I mean, I've been so bored this past two days. What even is Toronto? It's like a dollar store version of Chicago and New York. I mean, this has to be the most boring city in the world, and you guys claim it like it's some great seventh wonder of the world. This place is terrible. It stinks. There's homeless people everywhere. I mean, you really got to clean this area up, man. I mean, it's garbage here. But anyways, to my real point, I defeated in this stinky, boring Chicago, New York ripoff of a city last night LA Knight, who's from another garbage city, Los Angeles. So, and I beat him in this ring, in this arena, in this garbage city just 24 hours ago. And I did it in the most convincing, fair way it could have been done. So, now that I beat that loser, who's just an older, loser version of myself, I was thinking that I move on to challengers, but the thing is I looked at this locker room, and it's just full of people who are fat, out of shape, skinny, or they play video games all day, or whatever it may be. And then I was like, and then I looked at the Raw roster, and I was like, wow, it's the same thing on Raw too. So, until I find actual contenders to face me for my championship, I was considering just holding it hostage probably till WrestleMania, until, I don't know, somebody big returns in the Royal Rumble and I can take them seriously. But man, until then, I mean, there's really nobody to face. I mean, I beat LA Knight, and I mean, if you think he's bad, I mean, you got to look at this Raw and SmackDown, these Raw and SmackDown rosters. They're even worse. I mean, if you don't have a championship, you are a legitimate bum in this company. It's really crazy. Wait a minute. MJF tried to move on a little too quickly, because here comes LA Knight, the former Intercontinental Champion, and to say he was screwed last night at day one will be an understatement. I mean, from the slow counts from the ref, from the turnbuckle pad situation, from the non-called low blow, I mean, they were basically just handing MJF the match last night. But thankfully for LA Knight, rematch clause exists, so I don't think that match last night was the final match we've seen between LA Knight and MJF. Ring is only for people who don't lose.
Shut up! Shut up! CM Punk's little bitch boy. So you get low these stupid refs. Yeah, I'm looking at you, buddy. Anyways, these stupid refs.
Oh yeah, you want to complain about the refs? Well, guess
Come on,
what?
homo.
Don't cut. Hey, don't attack this guy. Okay, all right. At least get it right. Last night, our match was officiated by a woman. So you know what? If you're gonna do that, at least get the gender right, you piece of shit. Okay, what did this guy do? I don't even know who your name is. You know what? I don't care either. You're a loser. Anyways, what do you want? I mean, you lost last night. You lost like a loser.
You low-blowed me. Hit me with a chair.
Oh, are you gonna cry about it, little pussy? What do you want? Do you want a Wii match? No, you're not getting one, actually.
Actually, you will have to give me a rematch. 'Cause at the Royal Rumble, it's MJF versus LA Knight. Adam Pearce already agreed and said it's official.
Oh, that's great. Unfortunately, I don't know who Adam Pearce is, and even more unfortunate, I don't give a shit who Adam Pearce is. I'm not defending against a loser like you. You know what, actually? You know what, fine. You want your match? You have it. Because you know what? There would be nothing more pleasing to me than embarrassing a 40-year-old man who took this long to peak in his career at the Royal Rumble and go 2-0 versus you, and then hopefully after that match, you can reevaluate your life, retire, and then go do what you've always been meant to do, and that is make burgers at McDonald's. Because I am tired of you. These people are tired of you. Actually, I'm tired of these people too. So you know what? Maybe you could take them all with you, and then this brand would be just a little more tolerable.
Hey, Toronto. Just a quick question for you. How many of you knew who MJF was before CM Punk carried him to a good feud?
Hey, how many people knew who LA Knight was before he was doing pointless feuds in NXT with what's that guy's name again? I don't even remember. Oh, Cameron Grimes. Guess what?
Protege.
Hey, guess what you were doing or guess what I was doing while you were feuding with Cameron Grimes? I was on the top of AEW, and you were what?
What's that,
were you in a bottom mid-card feud on the developmental brand in your 40s? In your 40s? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Guess what? Roman Reigns
wait.
Hang on. Whoa. Roman Reigns at your age was already a Hall of Famer, and you haven't even built up a better resume than a lot of people here who are in their 20s.
Wait, MJF, what's AEW? I never heard of it. What is it?
Oh, you're gonna play this game with me, buddy?
I seriously never heard of it. What is it?
You were one of the least important wrestlers on a developmental brand full of young kids who are in their 20s. You know what? You're gonna talk to me about relevancy? Son, Braun Breaker was put on the main roster a year after you, and you were in NXT 2 years before him.
I seriously don't know what AEW is. I'm just, somebody please tell me this. I'm generally confused.
You know, buddy, you want your match at the Royal Rumble? You can have it. Like I said. Unfortunately, it's going to be in crime-ridden Jacksonville, so I'm going to have to probably wear a bunch of military armor to even enter that arena. But you know what? It'll be all good because I'm going to beat your ass there, and then you can go into one of those Jacksonville prisons and drop the soap in there.
Okay, who's going to tell him that the Royal Rumble's in Everbank Stadium? Stadium, not arena, buddy.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. It's a very irrelevant place that I don't want to be. I'm just doing it because it's kind of my job. You know what? Why don't we go to a more important city, huh? I mean, even WrestleMania's in Minnesota. Who the fuck wants to go to Minnesota?
Don't you know? Just saying. And there's actually a lot of people want to go to Jacksonville, Minnesota, because Jacksonville has one of the best underground scenes in the world, and Minnesota has a bunch of nice lakes.
Nobody cares about Jacksonville. Nobody cares about Toronto. Nobody cares about LA. Nobody cares about Minnesota. The only thing people care about is MJF and his Intercontinental Championship reign. And another thing, I guess people don't care about this, is you, but what they do care about is me embarrassing you once again. So look out for the Royal Rumble, because after that, I don't want to see you again, because you are garbage.
I'm going to call Randy Orton. I'm actually going to call Randy Orton, because I don't want to fucking kill a kid. I don't want to kill a kid.
What a face-to-face between LA Knight and MJF. This is going to be a very personal rivalry from here on forward. We're back here for our main event. The Dudleys versus the Motor City Machine Guns in a TLC match for the tag titles.
The following contest is a tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match, and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And at a combined weight of 603 pounds, Baba Ray and D-Bone,
The Dudleys have been chasing those tag titles for quite a while now, but now it's their own style of match. There is no excuses not to win this one.
No DQ. Of course, just the TLC.
And no pinfall or submission. You just gotta climb the ladder and retrieve the tag team titles.
It's the Motor City Machine Guns here in Toronto.
And they have been a dominant duo this past year.
I believe both these teams come straight from TNA.
Well, not the Dudleys, but the Dudleys have wrestled in TNA.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, neither originate in WWE, but yeah.
Nothing else.
And now both are here in PWG to compete for the tag titles in this SmackDown main event. And we have a lot for you next week because MJF and LA Knight will go face to face once again. It's a treat seeing them talk to each other. We'll also get John Cena and Gunther having a contract signing for their match at the Royal Rumble. And of course, another Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament match. Only one next week. Sorry for me saying two. There's only going to be one next week, and it's going to be between Trish and Sonya Deville. The Charlotte and Maurice match will be taking place on the SmackDown after next week. So here we go. TLC matchup here. Only way to win is to climb the ladder and retrieve the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Of course, the Dudleys, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, wrestled these matches with other all-time great tag teams like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, and then, of course, Edge and Christian. Of course, they are known for the legendary TLC match that took place at WrestleMania 17. And Bubba sends Shelly out, and I'm going to take care of Chris Sabin. And again, like I said before, the Motor City Machine Guns have been a very dominant duo this past year. They have been tag team champions for a very long time. But tonight, you face the Dudleys in a match that they have not only just popularized, but have almost mastered. They are one of the greatest tag teams of all time, record-wise, when it comes to TLC tag matches. And tonight, they look to win the tag team championships under these conditions as Alex Shelley sets up Devon on the table. And through the table goes Devon. And Bubba's starting to notice it now. And now Alex Shelley getting attacked by Bubba on the outside. And oh my God, complete chaos here in the SmackDown main event. Throws the chair at him. And if you want if you want extreme wrestling, this is where you come to play. Not often we get extreme wrestling in PWG, but when we do, it is amazing, just like this. And Bubba fighting with Shelly on the top. Oh my god. And pushes Shelly off, but Chris Sabin right there to take Bubba down. Kicks him in the gut, but Bubba, knee. What a match we have here in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown, New Year's Resolution edition of Friday Night SmackDown.
What about the orange guy?
That was like a big hit out there, and I was showing signs. Oh my god. Shelly, oh no. Oh, he missed.
Back of her legs out.
Shelly tried. And I was going to try again on Bubba potentially. Got to take him up for good here. Shelly, stomp on Bubba off the top of the ladder, and now it's Chris Sabin who climbs. And is he going to do the same thing? Oh, he goes down to submission here on Bubba. And Bubba's going to get out of it. And this epic main event continues here. Bubba with a headbutt. And there's a 3D. Alex Shelley on the inside of the ring. So much going on, we can't even pay full attention here.
What? I mean, Chris Sabin is sitting on the top rope. Oh, yes.
And now Bubba and Shelley climbing the ladder. And Bubba goes for those titles. Can he get them here? Can Bubba retrieve the titles? He does! And the Dudleys have ended the reign! The Dudleys are SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and the long reign of the Motor City Machine Guns has come to an end. The Dudleys have finally done it. They become the team to dethrone the Motor City Machine Guns here in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown New Year's Resolution. It's Bubba who ended up retrieving the titles while on the ladder with Alex Shelley, at least for the time being. And the Dudleys are champions once again.
Here are your winners, and new WWE
Throws Devon his title, and the Dudleys get to hold those titles, being the team that dethrones the Motor City Machine Guns here on the first SmackDown of 2026.